All right, so we're going to kind of do this podcast style, so it's much easier for everyone to like watch and listen to. I I do better with staring at the camera because we're all used to doing live sales, but I like seeing y'all's faces, and I usually can react off of that. Um, but I feel that this is just a much easier way for y'all to be able to listen to later on. And not that everything I say is liquid gold, but it is nice to have this stuff recorded and stored so that y'all know where to find stuff. And also, I'm sharing information that I'm getting directly from friends of mine who are leaders and top sellers. And I want y'all to know that I choose to have a slower business because it's working really well for my anxiety and my family. And so, but I am surrounded by y'all. You're like some amazing teammates that whether you sell $100 or more, I mean, some of you have some of the most genius processes that I'm sharing everywhere and showing people. And then there are people that have stuff that are outside our team that I love to just kind of compile and bring it all together. So this is part of that. This training is part of our several week process of our business basics boot camp, basically. And last week I had challenged y'all to get a book, right? To get a notebook and to title each page certain things. And each of those, if you're able to do that, that's great. That I just work really well with writing things down. Some people don't work well with that, but it's basically your business model for 2019. I am going to probably record a few more of these. So because if we wait too long, like basically I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different topics, and that takes 8 weeks. And so it's my job right now to get as many of these recorded and get the information all put together so that y'all can just have that so you can create a perfect business plan for 2019. If I do it all in one, it's going to take hours. And so I wanted to do little quick 20 to 30 minute trainings on these. And so I'm just bringing y'all up to date. Last week we talked about how to start creating a business plan and why it is extremely important to have this business plan, this business model, and how to start that, which was a very easy process of just having your own notebook and have 1 page for inventory, 1 page for marketing and education, 1 page for expenses, 1 page for income, 1 page for selling, 1 page for customer acquisition, then customer retention, and then team acquisition retention. And so the team part is going to be the last thing that we talk about because not everyone has that as a goal. Sometimes you do need to just focus on your business and get that taken care of before you can truly focus on, helping others receive that. And sometimes people believe in you before you're even ready, and you get your team and you have to already start doing that. And that's what happened to me. And that's what happened to almost all of us it's like having kids. It's never a perfect time to be a sponsor, and you'll never feel like you're 100% ready. But don't forget that these people believe in you and that they saw something that it's not that they believe in you to give them success. It's that they believe in you as a leader and that they like to look up to you and they like to learn from you. And so that's a really good, really fun process that we'll talk about later. So anyhow, today with inventory, most of y'all have been in for a while, but I think sometimes we forget about these things with inventory. Business-wise, we forget that there are essential things that we have to be watching. At the beginning of the year, you need to make sure you have a beginning of year inventory count. If you started January 1st, it's going to be all the items that you just received. I don't know anyone on our team that has started January 1st, but for everyone else, it's going to be your end of year inventory count that you just gave your accountant or that you kept for yourself for taxes. That's what you're going to do. That's what you're going to roll into 2019 with. You need to know that because by the end of the year, you also need to have an inventory count. And that's going to show the difference between your beginning of year, end of year. Your accountant or yourself, if you're super smart, are going to take those numbers and turn it into something to report on your taxes for the tax man for IRS. So there's obviously things like that business-wise, you do need to know these things. Now, when you receive inventory, another thing so this is all information. So we're on the inventory page, right? This is all information that you should be writing on your page. I challenge y'all to have key results for everything, right? What's the amount of inventory that you want on your page? What do you want your store to look like? Do you want it just to be online? Like, do you really want stuff hanging in your house, or do you want to have stuff you just have it in bins and just be an online business? Do you want to have people close? Do you want to have parties? You know, that's the kind of thing of inventory organization that we're going to get into in a minute. But business inventory management, like the business basics of it, you do need to have a count, right? Every time you receive a box, count that box, count it. Make sure you get it all. I haven't seen LuLaRoe mess up on too many of my boxes lately, which has been great, or they catch themselves before and I have already had a credit in my account before the box even gets to my house, which is awesome. I know it can be frustrating when you order something. So just be smart with how you announce your orders to your customers, because you don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. You never want to do that. We know in business that is number one no. You always, if you know, it sounds weird to say it out loud, but you need to underpromise and overdeliver, and you will always wow your customers and be so excited. You know, there are reasons why I don't do my shop the boxes as much anymore. And there are reasons why I don't tell them it right when a launch has been announced, because I don't know if I'm going to get it. And I don't want to deal with the anxiety of letting people down. So I am just, they're going to see it in other places. And if they want to ask, that's great. And if I get it, then I'll announce. And I'll be even bigger announcement when I receive it at my house. So have your beginning of year, obviously your end of year at the end of the year, like we just did. So that could be your beginning of the year count. Receive your inventory. How to manage your inventory in Bless. As you sell things, we are paying a sales tax on it. We don't pay tax when we purchase that wholesale. Some wholesalers do. We do not, which is fantastic. And so however, because of tax man, we have to pay tax at some point. So when we sell the item, we pay tax. When we give the item away, we pay tax. So yes, it is important that you always input your giveaways, your things that you keep, and your hostess items, your sales, everything through Bless, because then everything is documented. And guess what's so great? LuLaRoe has taken that on as a responsibility of themselves to be sure that our taxes, our sales tax, are paid to the accurate trust account. And so that's a responsibility we don't even have to worry about, which is so awesome, because if worst thing comes to worst and something happens that's bad, it's not on us, because we did our due diligence, we did it correctly through the system, and they collect it. And it doesn't go to a LuLaRoe account. It goes in directly into a trust fund for that state, and trust fund that then gets delivered to the states, right, to the different sales tax states. And so it's so good that we have Bless that calculates the correct sales tax for where the item is going. Now, also make sure your numbers in Bless are accurate. You know, this is another business basics. Let me tell you right now, I don't know many consultants that are stressed out if they don't have one extra large Sarah sitting in their Bless and they have 50 medium Sarahs. They'll just invoice for the medium and tell their customer, don't worry about the size, yours is an extra large, don't stress it. However, if you're super organized and an even better business owner than myself, you will make sure that your numbers in Bless are accurate. Side note, you don't want to spend too much time on this. This is a good project to give to an assistant, or to give to a husband or a wife, or to give to anyone. So you don't have to stress over it. If you have your inventory numbers, you go and count it. Very easy. Tab number, in Bless. You have to do that you can do it on your phone, but it gets kind of hard. So my recommendation is do it on the computer. These are business basics with your inventory. Then you have business organization. Your inventory organization. That is going to be how you want your business to be. So I can't answer that for you. However, there are different processes that I have seen that work really well. It can be a process where you have stuff hanging all the time. Most consultants do that because most consultants have a greater success when they have in-person connections, and when they have in-person shoppers, and when they make people pick up. And I will say to everyone, if you need a boost in success, that is the number one thing that you need to push, because those are for sure repeat shoppers. Online shoppers are not always for sure your percentage of a repeat shopper and a great VIP that shares it with her friends is a higher percentage of success rate with those that are in person. And you can test my data. I will own that data because it's been a truth the entire time I've been in with everyone. There have been a few anomalies that have been able to run just online businesses very successfully. However, it comes with a greater cost of not having that interaction. It comes with a draining feeling of not feeling, not seeing the end excitement or fulfillment of a LuLaRoe purchase. You're just a distributor for your customers. You don't get to see and fill your cup with the in-person satisfaction or the interaction of in-person, where you can see the joy that people have from these clothes and from the experience that they have with you. And having that vulnerable experience in your home with them marks them forever. And so that is a huge thing. So if I didn't already talk you into keeping your clothes hanging, that's my way of trying to get you to keep them hanging, because you should have people coming into your home. Inviting people into your home is so important for your business. And whether you have a home or you have a warehouse somewhere, which I don't think any of our teammates have that, but it's just important to have that vulnerable experience with our customers. And so, however, there is success with running just an online business, but it comes at a cost. And so you can have a inventory management organization where you keep things in bins. You can even keep it in the bag. I know people who take pictures with it in the bag. Let me tell you right now, you will have a lower success rate of sales if you do that. People want real people. The whole point of why LuLaRoe is so successful is because we're real. And we open the bags and we wear the clothes and we show them what it looks like on. And however, there are anomalies that have been able to make this work. So I want you to decide what's best for your business, and where not only what's best for your business, but what's best for your goals in your business. And then that's your direction where you're going to run with. Okay. Now, inventory, I only want to call it churn and burn, but inventory cycling is the next step. So we talked about your business management and how you're going to manage your inventory, how you're going to organize your inventory, and how you're going to take care of that inventory when it sells, right? Now you're going to talk about management, actually turning it, right? Actually getting it out of the door. What are you going to do next? Obviously our job is to sell things, right? And so we're going to do every IPA that's possible in order to sell. I am telling y'all, if you are driven and you want your goal more than you want to be lazy, then you will reach your goal. If you are stronger than the laziness, or if your commitment to your goal is stronger than the laziness, you're probably not even listening to this, or you're laughing to yourself because you're like, oh my gosh, I'm already going to hit my goal. Like you have the confidence. I have been blown away by some of the podcasts and some of the books that I've been reading of the women who are very strong in business, and the things that they do in order to receive the strength and in order to continue to move forward in their business or in the corporate world. And the thing that I see over and over with this is pure confidence. They may not actually have confidence in themselves, but they have confidence in their work and they have confidence in their business. They may not have the personal confidence that most women don't have, but they've at least worked hard enough to make it look that way. There are many customers of mine and even teammates who don't believe me that I have social anxiety. Not everyone. I have many people who reach out to me when I share something like that, and they say, you never look like that. I would never have guessed. Now, I don't know if they actually really believe me or not, but it doesn't matter because it's my truth. But I don't put on that face often when I am needing to have a very confident and a very good sell. I can be very real with them, and I think people completely love that. However, at the end of the day, I do need to be confident in myself and in my business, right? And so before I even talk about churning and burning your inventory, you need to be dedicated to that. You need to be dedicated to your goal. Because I can tell you 500 IPAs and 500 ways to churn and burn your inventory. But if you're not dedicated to that, your laziness or your tiredness or your exhausted or non-confidence or whatever it can be that every woman struggles with will win. And we don't want that, not even just in the business. This could be such a good life lesson in teaching you on how to overcome that. And some days I do have to fake it. And I fake it because my goals are bigger than that. And the things that I want in this business and the things that I need have to be bigger than that. And then there are some days that I don't. And some days I lay in bed and I cancel the sale and I commit to working twice as hard the next day in knowing that. I also have my goals a little bit lower this year because of my own commitment, but I'm freaking dedicated to that commitment, even though it may be small to some. It's super awesome to me, and I'm very confident in that. So when you get inventory, everyone's like, churn and burn, churn and burn. Churn and burn is super important. It is January 2019, and churning and burning your inventory is extremely important. Yes, there's so many good prints out there. Even if you have Leopard in Smalls and Christie's, and you have no idea why they didn't sell, just remember, not everyone is a small Christie tee. But there is a customer out there that needs that wants that. And so you need to decide what is an appropriate amount of time to keep that in your inventory. You can keep it forever. You can marry yourself to it and then let it cause anxiety by letting it sit there. Or you can dedicate a process. And let me tell you what my process is. This is what's working for me in my inventory. I have album sales on Wednesday. That is my main big event. I make everyone shop that with the brand new items because I want my algorithms to be up and because I want people to click and I want people to type. And so that is where I put my main focus. Whatever doesn't sell in the albums, I then go live Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I go live wherever I can, whenever I can, share it everywhere I can, try to sell it as much as I can. Sometimes if I'm feeling it depends how I feel. Sometimes I want to hold on to the stuff a little bit longer. Most of the time I give an item about a month, and I dedicate to at least try to sell it once, at least try to have one IPA for 6 days a week. So Monday through Saturday. I've at least tried to show it in an outfit. I've tried to go live with it. I've put it in albums. I go live again with it. I do another outfit with it, whatever it is. At some point, I'm going to look at the rack and think, oh, those are like a month old. My Amelias are still sitting there. Oh my gosh. I sold half of them, which is awesome in the album sale 4 weeks ago. And I've been able to sell a couple now and then, but now I want to freshen that, I'm going to freshen that. And so I'm either going to invite someone to take over. I'm going to wholesale them. I'm going to put them in wholesale flat lay groups, whatever that is. I know I don't want to spend all of my time on that because that's not where my income producer is. That's just helping me churn and burn, right? It's helping me move inventory so I can reinvest in something else. So I dedicate one day every 2 weeks to do that, where I do wholesale all day long. I'm just wholesaling. And then I feel confident in, one, I have good inventory when people come to pick up, and people always know I have fresh inventory. 2, I give something enough time. You guys can see in Perks and all the wholesale groups, how many times you go and you're like, there's camel leggings in here. Did they even try to sell this? There's TC camel leggings. What? Oh my gosh, because people will only post it. What I want to challenge y'all is not to be this person. Don't just post it, think that no one wants it, and then wholesale it. You can. Actually, you can do that if you want. That sounds like so exhausting. And I would not make I wouldn't be making an income at that point. I would just be moving my money around, which is kind of going to be draining and going to make me hate everything, right? And so I want to make sure that I am giving that a chance, and that not only am I giving that a chance, but that I am working the right processes in order to move that. So when I say churn and burn inventory, it can be as quick or as slow as you want. I don't want you to be married to your products where you have a hard time letting people come take over because you are so scared. Let me tell you right now, LuLaRoe is changing for the better. These prints are only getting better. I promise you, you don't have to hold on to them for dear life. They're not going to go anywhere. I promise, like, prints are going to continue. However, I have challenged y'all, and I have told you, and we go over every month, what are the hot styles? What are the hot items? So if you go in and you go buy a bunch of Mays and you get crappy prints, that's because we didn't, those aren't in yet. Those aren't good yet. So be aware of what you're purchasing. That's part of managing your inventory. Being aware, you have to be aware of what's working in the field. And I'm telling you, with the information that I'm getting, I'm watching people, I'm listening, and I'm trying to collaborate and bring it to y'all with, these are the styles that are good in the warehouse. And if you forget, if you're like, Robin, I don't even remember, you probably posted that, who knows? You can just ask on the business page and on the team page, and everyone will come together and tell you what's good right now. And it might be annoying that every week you've got to order more Christie's, but they're hot and they're working and they're amazing. They're so good. Okay. And that people are ready to purchase. And so it's important that you do that. As you have this game plan for your inventory and you know how quickly you want to turn and burn, or you don't have to turn and burn, you can find your own business model and business way of doing it. But I'm just telling you, this is what's working right now and making people have amazing success, is making sure that your inventory is moving and that you're not racking up 20 racks of stuff in your house. Because let me tell you, as awesome as that is sometimes for customers, it can be so depressing and so exhausting. And it's not a reality. It's not something that everyone can do in their business. Some people can do that, and it's a great feeling, and it feels amazing because they have this huge retail store. And I had it. Trust me. I had the space for it in California. It was awesome. But I don't have that right now, and so I had to scale that back to a spot that is duplicatable. People can have 4 racks of fresh, constantly turning inventory, and they can sell between $6,000 to $8,000 a month. Because you guys, that's what I'm doing. You can do that. You have to be smart with those IPAs, and you have to be smart with giving things a chance. And every single piece that you get in your inventory should be sold, at least should be displayed for purchase several times a week, several times a month, several times all the time. People don't know what to purchase if you're not posting it. Take yourself outside of your business and look at your group and your page as someone who knows nothing about LuLaRoe, nothing about you, and take notes of what you see and how confused you might get, or how excited you might get, or how organized it is, or how organized it can be better. Think of it as the inside of your store. Your business page or your Instagram is just your door. It's just your windows, right? It can be a little peek into your real life. It can be a little peek inside, but your group is the inside. And you want people to have options. You want people to be able to shop. You want people to be able to look around. You want people to know that you're active. And so you're going to have to be organized with that, with your inventory. You're going to have to be organized. So my organization and the way that I do it with my albums and my sales, I try to only work 4 or 5 days a week. And I do have a wonderful following with the time that I put in and the pop-ups that I've done. I should really count up. I've probably done hundreds of pop-ups. And the traveling that I've done. And, there's a lot that I did previously that not everyone knows that I did. Not everyone was around when I had a trailer for a while, and, I did all the things for a while. Still doing all the things, but just differently. And so all of these things you have to create for yourself. I can't sit here and say, do this exactly, and you'll get the exact results, because it's just not how the business works. It's not how business works at all. I can tell you that you need to create a plan. You need to know how to business-wise handle your inventory, have a business mindset. You need to know how to organize it, right? And in part of that organization is reordering. And reordering is so important. And I want to challenge you guys to stop shopping from consultants, because unless you see some camo leggings on Perks, for the most part, you are going to get 90% better boxes, like 99% better prints from the warehouse, instead of 1 or 2 pieces trickling in. And I know that the first excuse is, I don't have the money to put into a box. Guess what? I bought 15 Chrissy teas last night for $242 or $248. I don't remember. But I can promise if you are wholesale shopping, you're at least spending that in a few weeks, wholesale shopping single pieces. So you should stop, wait, save your money, and get a new box, because that box, that excitement is back. And that will drive you, and that will give you all the excitement, and it'll make all the ideas, because you're a creative individual. You've had all the trainings. You know what to do. But what's missing is that excitement. And let me tell you, oh my gosh, it's so much better. But you gotta purchase the right things, right? Don't go buying some maize right now. They're not right now, as far as I know, until I see proof. They're not the hot ticket unicorn. I'm not gonna. You can do it. You can do whatever you want. But I'm here to teach you the best way to make great money, and that's going to be in purchasing the styles that are working and that are freaking bomb right now. So that's my challenges. And you want to use your inventory to leverage a greater success. That is what I want you to write on the very top of your business plan for your inventory plan for 2019. Use your inventory to leverage greater success. And then under that, your commitment to your goals in your business, my commitment to my goals in my business, are stronger than the bad days. Stronger than the bad times, stronger than laziness, stronger than the tiredness. That's what we have to have. That's the commitment. Everyone who has huge success in this business has that commitment. If you don't have that commitment, you might need to pull back your goal to be at a place where you can commit to. Because it doesn't have, you set that goal. And that's part of your income that we'll get to in three more podcasts. Oh my gosh, I'm not a podcaster. 3 more videos. What the heck? Sorry, I've been listening to way too many. But anyhow, that is where we'll get to, is your goal and your income, and being really smart about that. So be aware of your inventory. That is obviously the bread and butter to your business. It is your boss. Your inventory is your boss. If it's sitting there, it's going to keep staring at you and telling you to sell it. And so give it a chance, though. Be consistent. Don't just, try 1 or 2 things and then get rid of it, or let it sit there, because, oh my gosh, anything that's more stressful is an investment that is sitting that should be making you money. And that is like the worst stressor in the world, because I've had that. It's awful. And if you have stuff that's not bringing you joy, like the lady on Netflix says, if it doesn't bring you joy, you need to figure a way to get it out of your house. So you've got to surround yourself by things that only bring you joy. So anyway, that's it today, guys. We love you. Have a great day. And if you need anything, you know where to reach me. Bye.